Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing a commenter's request. In between the last two videos and now, it's been a good week and a half. I took a little break, started a new job and all that. I have to go to work in about 3.5 hours, something like that, as of this recording. But anyway guys, let's start it. This is what if the 22nd Amendment had failed, meaning there was no Second Amendment. That's how I'm going to take it. So let's, get on with it. The first change we have is Harry Truman does end up running for a third term, and he gets the nomination, and he runs against Dwight Eisenhower of the Republican Party. Republican primary Eisenhower versus Democrat Harry Truman. This is something I wish we got in real life. I mean, holy crap. I would have loved to see the campaign trail. I would have loved to see the debates. I don't even think we had debates at this time. Still, I would have loved to at least go back in history and be like, holy crap, look at this. Two presidents who are presidents. I don't know, it's just, I feel like this was a missed opportunity. Anyway, but Republican General Dwight D. Eisenhower would defeat Democrat President Harry Truman 373 to 158 to become the 34th president, so there were still someone on the timeline. 1956, again, nothing really changes here. Same thing, 417 to 113. However, Eisenhower does not run for a third term because of health reasons. His health only gets worse during his second term, so he does not run. So instead, Richard Nixon will end up running again. We have the 1960 election again. John Kennedy would win, as in real life, and he would still sadly pass away 2 years later, so Lyndon B. Johnson would take over, and the 1964 election would still remain the same. In 1968, again, Johnson doesn't run for a second term or a second full term. Instead, Nixon gives it another shot, and he beats Hubert Humphrey. Again, no major changes here really in Tom. Nixon will still beat McGovern in a landslide, but Nixon does not run for a third term. Again, he still resigns from the office because of the Watergate scandal, meaning the 1976 election is still the same. As well as the 1980 election, although the oil crisis, the energy crisis, the Iranian hostage crisis, a bunch of them crises still happen under the Carter administration, and Reagan still beats them in a landslide. Meaning 1984 is still the same, but we have our first major change in 1988 when Ronald Reagan actually runs for a third term. If you don't know, in real life, Ronald Reagan actually said he wanted to repeal the 22nd Amendment, but of course nothing ever came out of it. And he runs against Michael Dukakis, who, if I remember correctly, yeah, he does better than anyone else against Reagan. He would win. He would flip the states of Iowa, Wisconsin, New York, and Massachusetts against Reagan, but he would still lose big time, and Ronald Reagan would still become the president. This is where changes are starting to get big. Clinton and Bush would still go forward. There was not a recession in the 1980 election cycle, or from 1980 to this election, I guess you could say. No recession, so Bush is still in a pretty good spot to win. But Bill Clinton, very charismatic. Again, there would be no Ross Perot, as Reagan would never introduce NAFTA, so Perot would not have anything. Though he still could run because of the national deficit. He still could run because of that, but I wouldn't see it being as successful. But it would end up an electoral college tie, and Bill Clinton would end up becoming the 41st president via the House of Representatives. In 1966, again, there is no real major change. But if I remember correctly, yeah, Clinton does not run in 2000 because of, the Monica Lewinsky scandal. So again, we still have the 2000 election and the whole Bush v. Gore situation in Florida. 2004, again, no major change. Bush ends up beating Kerry. No change in 2004. And there's still no change in 2008, as Bush doesn't run because of the Great Recession of 2008. Bush wouldn't run. Instead, John McCain would take his spot. And, again, Obama would landslide McCain. Obama would, again, 2012, again, it's the same thing. Romney would still lose to Obama. And Obama would actually run for a third term. He would run for a third term because, again, many people think his presidency is a success, got us out of a recession. Again, there are some people who don't like him. And again, he would go up against Donald Trump, and his electoral vote and popular vote margins would even decrease even further against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump would lose to Barack Obama in 301 and 237. In 2020, Donald Trump does not run. He doesn't run again. Instead, Bill Weld would end up getting the nomination, and he would do very successful against Joe Biden, winning over moderate voters who didn't like the whole Trump attitude, I guess you could say. He would win over a bunch of moderate voters in Nevada and Arizona. He would even win some libertarians in New Mexico, Colorado. He'd even pick off, actually I think that's it. He would do very well in the Southwest, I guess you can say. And Bill Weld would beat Joe Biden. He would choose Brian Sandoval, the popular Nevada governor, which could be another reason why he wins Nevada. And Massachusetts would get within 20 points. It wouldn't get close. It'd be a 17-point victory for Joe Biden. Nothing too spectacular. But Weld would do pretty well in Massachusetts compared to Donald Trump. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a short one, but it's going to be short, I guess. But anyway, guys, Chaotic One saying, peace.